Hey guys, it's Burgos here, and in this video I'm going to talk about the Brave Conquest and the gear right farming. Of course, it can be gear right 1, gear right 2, 3, artifact right, it didn't actually matter. The most important thing here is actually to focus on the right gear right or artifact material right. Because yeah, for this event to actually get some points, you have to go for gear rights. This again include 1, 2, 3, and of course artifact material right. Now here strongly depend how far you're in your progress in the gear rights or artifact material rights. This is very important because even though that currently we may actually have some oracle trials with some kind of for example, at the moment we have artifact material right, and it can be gear right 1 right, or maybe gear right 2, gear right 3. It didn't actually matter that much, but actually it mattered at some point, because in same time when you do your Brave of Conquest, you definitely want to position yourself in Oracle Trial to actually get pretty nice rewards, like 10 ward shards at the moment. I don't know where this video is going to be live, so maybe here is not going to have some ward shards, but in general the strategy behind all this is absolutely the same. So we're jumping directly in the gear rights, and gear rights is part of the Brave of Conquest, and actually try to get some points. I'll give you my case where I should go if I want to focus on the gear right. For example, you want to level up the gear of your currently existing heroes to actually make it more strong, and this is very important to focus on the right gear right. So gear right 1 is something that everybody should go. Here's your weapon and your chest. There is no other place you should actually go for your weapon and your chest, and there is no other place to actually go. So gear right 1 is with the biggest priority. And by biggest priority I don't mean this you have to focus on the gear right 1. No, currently the weapons and chest are flat status. What I mean by that is your chest currently, if you open any hero and you try to, for example, switch your weapon, you're going to see all the status here is flat status. This is something you have to keep in mind. All the gear you actually have for weapon and chest is going to be with flat status. So in my opinion, this is not the most important gear right, but it's actually a gear right that is going to provide you with your weapons. You don't have a second gear right. For example, gear right 1, 2 and 3 have absolutely the same rewards there. They have necklace and they have rings, but gear right 1 just have only weapons. So in my opinion, the gear right 1, if it's not currently in the Oracle trial, should be your plan B. Because for example, in the gear right 2, you may be not so far in your progress. If I open gear right 2, I'm currently in the stage 18. I don't have stage 19 or stage 20. In the gear right 3, things are a little different. Here I'm at the stage 15. Maybe I didn't actually focus that much in the gear right 3, to be honest. I focused on the gear right 2 because there was a Oracle trial that I was looking to actually rank up further in this Oracle trial. So I definitely push in the gear right 2, but I left behind gear right 3. So in general, focus on the gear right. You have the biggest progress. You're going to get as much points as you can with your biggest progress. If you jump on the gear right 3 and you're in the stage 10, and in compare of this you're in the gear right 2 and is at stage 15, stage 15 is going to bring you more points, so definitely focus on this gear right. If you want to have, of course, weapon, you can focus on the gear right 1, but in general your priority in the gear right should be a gear right currently where you're in the highest stage. Like this, you're going to receive the best gear for you, and in the same time you're going to get much better points in the Brave of Conquest. So this will be for the gear rights. I think this is my personal strategy, just focusing on the gear right that I have biggest progress. It can be 18, it can be 19, it can be 20. It didn't actually matter. Of course, if you open the legendary gear, this is very good. So yeah, if you have all these 3 open it, definitely there you should focus maybe on the gear right that you actually need gear to improve. and of course focusing on the status that is provided at best in the Gear Right 2 or Gear Right 3, because Gear Right 1 there is static. You definitely going to need weapons, but the Gear Right 2 and Gear Right 3 you definitely can actually pick which of these legendary gear sets you want to focus at, and they're basically very good. 40% attack damage, absolutely insane. I cannot wait to actually go at this place where I can farm a legendary gear. So this is so far for the gear rights for the Brave of Conquest. And now jumping on the next place from the Brave of Conquest, where you can actually earn points, and this is artifact material right. And I'll start with this. For me, if you don't have the right artifacts, you definitely should focus on artifact material right and try to get the biggest progress you can in the artifact material right. This is very important, and it's important from this part where you can actually switch your artifacts between the heroes. Of course you can actually switch your gear right, but the important thing here is if you, for example, in the gear rights have a good status ring and good status Neko, and you want to find your good status other ring and you try to get it from other hero, you may actually broke their status, and it's becoming very messy like this. And you but with artifacts there is no problems, you just switch the artifact. It's just one item that you can switch between your heroes. When the gear, you have to focus on the 2 parts or 3 parts, and sometimes this can go very messy. By switching your gear you can actually broke your critical rate, you can lower your damage, or maybe stuff like this. You get the idea. By switching just one part from the gear to actually transfer it to other hero, you may broke the power of the existing hero, and like this you're not going to perform well on the places where you actually use this hero. But with artifacts things can go very fast, and you don't have to think it that much, just because it's just one item that is not related to any other items. Also, I think artifacts is actually a gear, because artifacts is okay, it's not from the gear, it's artifacts, but I think artifacts can provide big value to you, and try to go as much as you can. Currently I'm in the stage 17 and I'm looking to go to stage 18, because I want to have this flawless meteorite from the artifact material right. Definitely I want to have this thing. But yeah, currently my team for their still I think is doable. I just have to sit and figure out how actually to make my strategy, just because the map here is little it's little messy. What I mean by this is you put your heroes here, maybe 2 from left and right side, 1 in the center, and this boss Salazar at the last stages is hitting like a truck. It's very painful, and I use tank because the suggested videos not the videos, the suggested heroes is yeah, I have Theodore, I have Abomination. I don't think any of these heroes can actually tank these hits. I mean, they can tank, of course, Theodore can tank. Abomination is actually the hero with the biggest HP, but you have to find very good gear for these 2 bad boys to actually perform some kind of tanking. That's why I actually use Regulus for tanking, but still, even my Regulus, which is fully leveled up, fully star up, fully everything, still have problems there. So yeah, I have to definitely focus on his gear a little. Of course, leveling up, not just 12 levels, maybe 16 levels here and there. But yeah, definitely the artifact material right is one right that is, I think, in my opinion, a right that everybody should focus on till they actually get the best items in the game. And this is very hard, especially with this ratio when you forge your item. It's very hard. Yeah, definitely it's very hard. If you go to artifacts, and here we can actually forge, and you can see even with the mythical forge you just have 20%, so it's very hard to get a good artifact. And definitely these artifacts can bring big impact in your journey in Watcher of Realms. So yeah, definitely focus in the artifact material right. This is my personal opinion, But if you have a good progress in the gear rights, I think this is also a place. In general, the way I think I do it is actually focus on the currently running Oracle trial. Is way more easy. But if you don't have, for example, right now artifact material right, and I think this Brave Conquest is the best Brave Conquest that the person can actually have, having artifact material rights and also having Brave Conquest, I think is very nice. And yeah, if you don't have, for example, some gear right here or maybe artifact material right, this is the order I think the people should go when it's time for Brave Conquest. And yeah, currently I didn't actually do much. I definitely have to focus at least to finish that. And the rewards is very nice here. 5 reward shards, 3 rare summoning crystals. This thing here is spooky threat. But yeah, in general, you get my idea. Definitely focus on the way that I present in this video. Gear right, the best progression, and artifact material right. Again, the max progression in the gear right should be a place where you actually need the gear. If your heroes are very good geared, then focus in the artifact material right. I think is also very nice to actually focus on. So I guess this will be for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you do, hit one like, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next amazing video.